It is time to wrap up the second round, and it's a big one. Bede Durbidge in his last appearance here at the Rip Curl Pro Portugal, taking on Connor Coffin. It's the battle between two former finalists, sitting in a pretty precarious position on the Jeep leaderboard at this stage of the game. Here we go, Connor taking off. Bede Durbidge, well, he got spat out the end of that ride. And this is going to be an interesting situation.
You know, they're going to back and look at that, but from this angle, I think Connor could have just pulled right into that thing, got spit out the end. I have the replay right here. So Connor's gliding in right there. It looks like he could have stepped up right through that tube section and just come right out the end. To me, it looks like Bede interfered with the line. Yeah, for sure. He's going to get, I mean, in my opinion, he's going to get an interference.
Well, Connor appealing. Bede Durbidge got pretty barreled.
Upped in on him.
Might try and see it again in slow-mo in just a moment. Connor up now and just trying to add some kind of score to the board.
I saw Bede this morning and he was frothed out, but I didn't know he was this frothed out. He just didn't even just look back at him thinking there's no way maybe. But right there, if he just turns, if Connor turns his rail up onto the bowl right there, he's backdooring that section, flying through with so much speed, he would come flying out of the end of that in my mind. You know, Connor's a great tube rider. We've seen him thread the needle. He's been there on finals day, and Bede just decided he was not going to have the position to make it and decided to take off in front of him.
As we see Bede looking for big points now. Tucking into the barrel once again. He gets some serious cover but doesn't find his way over the foam ball on this occasion. So a massive advantage now to Connor Coffin. Bede Durbidge still getting some recognition on that wave that he dropped in on Connor Coffin, the 8.5, but he's going to lose some points in this heat, and that's going to give Connor a pretty big advantage. Well, Bede's still looking super engaged at the moment, still in this heat. Locking in on the back end, holding that rail. He'll find his way out. Throws the horns.
I love it. This is what we came for. Bede just still in the battle, even after an interference. We're going to see it again right here. Drops in, grabs the rail, perfectly stalls on that, comes through the end there, finds the door, comes out, and just loves it. The drone shot will show that inside rail being pushed on right there. And that's where you can see him set the line. Comes out, just completely disappears from view.
Which one of these guys is going to progress? Connor having a look at an insider now, grabbing that rail, tucking in. He gets slapped down by the lip though.
But don't you agree? He looks a little frantic. I mean, really didn't offer up crazy potential. Look at all that white water on the face, and the lip line was flapping over the top there. So to me, Connor looking a little flustered at the moment and find the right waves.
Just over 17 minutes to go. Connor having a look at an insider here, gets some cover, and he does manage to find the exit. So that'll be his best score to date. How many points do you think are in this ride?
Well, Bede let it go, obviously noting it wasn't going to be an excellent score. So Connor taking it without priority. He's going to, you know, be in the 4.5 to 5 point range for this little tube ride, I think. Not a bad little tube, but, you know, nothing amazing.
It's a 4.33, so he now only needs a 4.28 to get himself in front, and that'll make him feel a lot more confident going into the back half of this heat. Kaio one step closer to solidifying his place on the championship tour as we throw back to live action, and Bede Durbidge tucking in once again. He's had three beautiful waves out here now. Unfortunately, at the start of this heat, priority was with Connor Coffin, and Bede Durbidge dropped in on him. It would have been an excellent score. However, he loses that number and he'll lose one of his scoring rides. So Bede needs a near perfect wave to have a shot at winning here. He had an 8.6 earlier on. This is going to be another good one.
It's going to be a great score. It's not going to be the 8.6, but the wave had the potential. I think if he could have gotten a little deeper, he might even have come away with a higher score than the 8.6. As you can see him drop in here, a little click over the ledge, bottom turns into it, and actually gave it a little gas there where I think he could have actually pulled back a bit. But a beautiful line through that thing, spits him out the end. You could see him the entire time, though, so he's not going to better his score, but he's having a blast out there, that's for sure.
But he's in trouble at the moment. He needs a number. Nervous times while we're at the break. Bede Durbidge continued to rack up the barrel time. Unfortunately for Bede, he's not going to improve on the 8.6. So that's the number that Connor Coffin's trying to chase down with 2 scores.
Let me tell you, if you were having the session Bede's having.
Here we go. Connor's going to go after the lead on this one. Stands and arches his way into the barrel. He punches through that curtain. Is it the score he needs now? 4.28.
Let's break this thing down. He gets in there, disappears there, but not a clean exit. So then there's the 4.33 as well, where he finds some tube time. It was a better tube than his other one. I don't know if it was, I thought maybe it was going to be a 4.5, and the judges gave it a 5.83, which I feel is a little high.
Just made a crucial error. Here he goes, though. Enjoying some time out here at Super Tubos.
I'd love to find out, what happened. Did he think he had priority in that situation?
Not sure, but Connor Coffin taking off, late drop, and just styling his way into the closeout. But taking on a job with Surfing Australia, helping to coach the Australian Olympic team. As we see Connor now starting to maybe push a little further ahead as he applies some pressure to that rail, so a little freed up after getting back out in front and putting it out of reach for Bede Durbidge. So just winding down the clock now. The result is in the bag for Connor Coffin. Bede Durbidge just hoping for an opportunity to get pitted once again. If he didn't get the interference, he would have won that heat by a long margin. But Durbidge is out of the contest with a 25th, and Connor Coffin